Hello and welcome. My name is Nikki Bosco, and I'm a senior here at Wakefield Memorial High School, as well as a Youth Action Team leader. And my friend James, who's also a Youth Action Team leader, is here today, as well as Officer Kelly and Officer Jay, who are our school resource officers at the middle school and the high school. Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so my first question is for James. Now, we've had a really busy year as Youth Action Team leaders this year. Do you want to talk about some of the things that we've done?
Yeah, sure. So basically this year has been a branching year for the Wakefield Youth Action Team, and we've really been able to get involved with both the Galvin and the high school club. So we started with the Galvin club. We did an influence Instagram contest, so we basically had kids talk about how they stand up against drugs and why they don't do drugs, and it was a pretty good contest. And there was a lot of creativity, which was really cool. We also did a video contest, which was kind of similar to that, except it was what makes kids different, and that was awesome. Kids had great creativity again, so that was really cool. And the news flush, so what that is it's a poster that we put in the stalls of the bathroom so that the kids can be updated on stuff in their community, like sports and drug facts and all types of stuff like that, so that's awesome.
There's also a similar program on at the Wakefield High School.
Yeah, we also do Bathroom Buzz, which is basically the same exact thing, and we've been able to kind of put that in both schools, which has been awesome. And we've also been able to give presentations on e-cigarettes to the freshmen to kind of get them involved on what e-cigarettes are and how they are actually harming you. Many don't actually believe that's true, so that's been really cool. And also the 84 organization, we've been able to work with that too.
So for those who aren't familiar with the 84, could you elaborate on a little bit what their statement is?
Yeah, sure. So the 84 org is a statewide movement of youth-led kids who are, and it stands for the 84% of youth who do not smoke tobacco products, and that is now at 89%, which is really good because it's above the state average. And basically we've been able to go into different classes in surrounding towns, and they've been able to make up a branch of their own, so that's really cool.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I love it when we get to travel to different towns and in the health classes, but I like it even more when we get to travel maybe to different states. So can you talk a little bit about that?
It's been awesome to travel out of the state and go to places like Rhode Island, where we did youth to youth, and we kind of were able to meet with different kids and talk to them about their communities and stuff like that. So that was really cool. We also went to Washington, D.C. for a program called CADCA. We were able to meet with Elizabeth Warren and Seth Moulton, which was really cool. So
I remember that day. We were running uphill in all of our fancy clothing, and it was torrential downpours. I think I prefer the summer. So with it being summer and getting so close to graduation, we're having some better weather, but also an uptick in perhaps dangerous behavior. Would either of you like to talk a little bit to that effect?
With graduation coming, we know obviously summer's right around the corner, thankfully so. Looking forward to the good weather just like everyone else. With graduation comes prom and all these special events and parties, and as well as just the summer weekends. I think Wakefield Police has seen over years upticks in usually underage drinking or underage parties, and just want to let people know that obviously there could be potential criminal penalties for youth who engage in underage drinking or have underage parties. There's the social host liability, but also the parents too, because some parents feel it's okay to have the parties at their house. I think there's that mentality where if I know where everyone is, they're at least in my home, I know people are safe. But there's also the dangers and risks that come with that. And also with prom, a parent might rent out a hotel room or a house. Those same social host liability laws apply to them, and they can be criminally as well as civilly.
People don't necessarily understand what the social host liability law is, and they can be intimidated by it. So is there anything that youth or parents should know going into the summer and the season?
Well, you can find a lot of that information if they wanted to. I know technology is a lot easier for people. They could go to mass.gov, which would have the laws under there. But briefly what it is, it's anyone who's under the age of 21 who possesses alcohol or furnishes alcohol. But the furnishing alcohol also applies to adults over the age of 21. So if they were to allow purchase would be under the definition furnish alcohol to a minor. So even if they had the party at the home, but they didn't necessarily buy the alcohol, but they allowed the party to be at their home, they could still be held criminally liable for furnishing alcohol to minors. And then if there's any unfortunate accidents as a result, say automobile accident or someone gets hurt at the home as a result of the alcohol, they could also be held civilly liable, which has penalties, and not all homeowners insurance are going to cover that due to the fact that if there are criminal charges, they might not uphold the policy.
I think that with the social host liability, some people don't understand that they can be held both criminally and civilly, and that homeowners insurance wouldn't necessarily cover it all or cover it at all for the parents. Also, just because some parents might think because you take keys away and the kids are going to all stay at the house, it still doesn't create a safer environment, and it still doesn't send the right message home to these kids.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking a little bit about social host liability and demystifying it for some of our viewers.
Sure.
Does anybody have anything else to add about staying healthy over the summer? Sorry, I feel like you've been cut out a little bit.
I wanted to stay cut out, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay then. Well, thank you. That's all the time we have today, but thank you guys for coming so much. And everybody, let's hope that the weather gets a little bit better and we can have a nice, happy, healthy, and safe summer.